Hello there. Today we're going to tie one of these. This is going to be a perch or big trout streamer. It's going to have a lot of some nice components in there. It's going to have some wriggle tail and stuff like that. But basically, this is going to be a larger streamer fly for bass and stuff like that. This will also be great. So I'm using a black thread, and I'm just going to make a base up here for my dumbbell eyes. Basically, when you're tying flies like this, it's nice to have something with a lot of course, a lot of life, but also that moves kind of erratic in the water. And this fly really does this because it has the wriggle tail. There's a lot of action in the tail part, but also because of these eyes here, you will have some weight that will give this kind of a jigging effect in the water, and also make sure that your fly fishes deep enough. So basically, I take the eye here, and then I turn some cross turns around it, both here in eight figure loops, or whatever you want to call it, like so. And then I tie underneath here as well, so between the eyes and the hook, also because that will tighten every loop. And just in order to make sure this stays exactly where it's placed, I'm just gonna add some sabagab, like that. And then I'm just gonna turn a bit more here from that side and from that side, and then underneath it all, like so. And once I get back up there, this will have dried. So basically now it's just to go all the way down to the hook part. This is a size 1 stinger hook, Predator stinger hook from Ahrex. A nice hook that really hooks well. And I must say that Ahrex really is a brand that is up and coming, and really, I'm very proud to have them in the shop, and very pleased with all the different hooks they have. So it's a brand I definitely like to use and to sell also. And if you haven't already, then please subscribe to my channel. That would mean quite a lot to me. And also if you have not checked my store out yet, then please do. I have all the stuff here, and all the videos you see on my channel, you can get a full material kit for those. So basically, if you see a fly you like really much, basically just find that fly on the web shop, in the part of the web shop that has that's called material kits, and you will find exactly the whole complete list of materials for that fly. What I did now was just tie in one of these wriggle tails, and if you haven't seen those before, I'm just going to explain a bit. This is the size X small, and this is a gold one. So basically you buy some of these, and then I cut off a small piece here, so to make it easier to tie down. And basically that's what I've done now. So I've tied this down, and it's just going to hang there, and that's going to have a really erratic movement in the water. Really look like $1,000,000. And in order to give this fly more life, I'm gonna add some marabou. And of course marabou is great for streamer flies. And basically I'm gonna take one of these feathers, and I'm gonna take some of the longer part of this feather here, because we're gonna use the rest of this feather later on for a hackle. Basically, as you can see, I take this like so. I'm gonna cut all that off, and I'm gonna add that. So it's gonna be all the way around the hook here, kind of like a tail on a woolly bugger, like so. I'm just gonna make some loose turns up here. And basically, there you have it. So I have my tail in between all this fluffy, nice marabou here, like so. And that's the first part of this fly, like that. So I'm gonna take a feather, and for this I'm gonna use some mitts. Some of these loose Mets feathers here. I'm gonna find one that's fairly long and not too wide. That was the perfect one. This one was good. Where did it go? I just had found the perfect one. I'm just talking to myself, or to you. This will do. So basically I take this, and then I pull off some of this stuff, because I need this to be tied down in the tip. And in order not to have too much of this, I'm going to strip off one of the sides. I'm going to strip the top sides off. If you have the feather with the upside pointing towards you, then it's the side that points up you're going to strip off. Like so. Tie this here. And then we're going to make a body out of dubbing. And for this I'm going to use Sinew Fusion Dub. No, not Fusion, but Laser Dub. One of my most favorite dubbings in the world. Really, really nice to work with, easy to work with, and it's great for a lot of different things, because we're also going to use this dubbing to create the head of the fly. So this has numerous applications. It has a lot of flash in there, and this also is very, very fluorescent, this color. So it has all the good things that you want in dubbing. Like so. Of course, I want this to taper a bit, so it's going to be thicker and thicker up towards the head here. Like that. Yeah, it looks nice on the video as well. Mm-hmm. And I'm just gonna leave a bit of room up here before the eye, basically. So I take my hackle here, I'm gonna turn that. You could, of course, have used some rib here if you wanted to. I forgot. I sometimes do that. People might... that can happen. Well, you know. Like so. Basically now it just looks like a woolly-bugger with a tail, but it's gonna be a lot more than that. So I'm gonna take a barred rubber leg, something like this, and these can be fairly long, so I'm gonna cut this into two, and then I'm gonna take it and add it to the thread like this, because then I can completely control where I want it to, so it's easy to place on the other side here, like that. Do that once more with this one. Add it to the thread, up, tie it down, like so. And I'm gonna tie between the legs. Yeah, I said that. Just some, and if you're using a strong thread, you don't need that much, like so. I'm gonna hold it back and then tie on top of it as well. Just make sure that it's in the right position. You want it to be on the side, so it's pointing out from the side, but not in the way of one another. So basically like that. You can see they stick out on the side here, on both sides, and that's it. And then I'm gonna use the tip of the marabou feather we used before. I'm simply gonna take the rest of the marabou feather here, and I'm gonna tie it down in the tip here, like so, just behind these here, in order to give this some more bulk and some more, you know, yeah, just some more, basically. Turning the hackle here. You don't need to have an insane amount of turns here. You just want something to add some bulk and some life up here before the head here, like that. I'm gonna cut off the rest of the feather, pull everything back, tie a bit on top of that to make sure it stays there, like so. And you can, of course, make something like this articulated and stuff like that. And I'm going to do some articulated flies as well. But you know, this is kind of like an easy way to start this. Then we're going to use some more sinew dubbing. And I need 4 bundles, approximately this size here. Something like this. And basically what I do is I take this and then I tie one down on top just behind the eyes. Like so. And then I do the same underneath, the bottom, just directly underneath, like that. Really tighten, and then pull this back, and then tie in front of it, like so. So you kind of get, you kind of get a beard and a mohawk. Like that. Then you move your thread all the way to in front of the eyes, and you take another bundle of this. Tie one on top here, like that. And then you do the same as before. You tie one underneath as well. And this looks quite insane now, I'm sure. But there is going to be some sense to this madness. As you can see, this now is a fairly large fly. So I pull all this back. And then I tie just in front of this. Use some thread here to force this stuff back. Make a dubbing, make a whip finish. And now it's time to trim the head here, because this is naturally too big. So you could actually use a brush. If I could only find my brush, it's gone. Oh, there was something similar. So basically, you brush this back here, and you pull out some of it. Same on the underside here. And then you trim it so it tapers like the head of a fish. Without getting too bloody from the hook. And basically, there you have it. Of course, now you need to add an eye. So I'm going to add some super glue. You can use, probably UV glue will be better. I'm going to coat it with UV glue as well. But there's a small dentation there. And the size of eyes for this is the 4mm. So I'm just going to take an eye and add that. And then the fly is done. Oh, I started bleeding because I hurt myself on the hook. Like so. I'm gonna make sure it stays there with my and well, basically there you have it. Something big and nasty that will get down and really move a lot of water and really will find you some perch or some trout or some whatever, some bass. A nice fly. Well, thank you for watching.